Hello and welcome back to CxReports. In this tutorial, we are going to explore dictionaries. Dictionaries are literally dictionaries, but better. In CxReports, they are powerful translation management systems that store key value pairs for different languages and manage all your text translations in one centralized place. Let's set the basics and then we'll dive into details. The first thing you want to do is go to the Languages tab. This is usually empty and you have to add languages that you'll need. Click the button. Now let's say that I want to add Slovenian. The code is SI, and in this particular case, cultural code is also SI. Alas, if we say that your reports are made for the region of Switzerland, but in particular for German speakers, then your code will be DECH, and the cultural code will also be DECH. We'll tackle other identifiers in one of our next videos. For now, it's enough to have codes written. This gives you complete control over your multilingual reports. CxReports supports two types of dictionaries. One of those are global dictionaries, which are managed in the Workspace Dictionaries section. They are perfect for common terms, labels, and shared content. And most importantly, they can be linked to any report. Click Add New Dictionary. Let's name it Invoice Common Labels. Supported languages will be all available languages: English, German, Italian, and Slovenian. Default language is the language used if no language is specified, which will be English. Click Save. Now we have our first global dictionary that is empty. Now you need to add entries. And now enter the entry details. It's important to type in a unique key because that ensures easy access to the dictionary. Enter text for each supported language. Now, this dictionary is available to all reports in your workspace. For example, in this report, we go firstly to the Report tab, then click on Dictionaries Configuration, and activate the dictionary you want to use. In this configuration window, there are all options available, so you don't have to go all the way back to the main workspace in order to add, edit, or delete entries. Also, you can link multiple dictionaries to a single report, each with its own key for organization. But let's use only one for now. As I previously said, there are two types of dictionaries. The second type are report-specific dictionaries, which are linked to a single report only. Let's navigate to the Dictionaries Configuration tab inside of a report. All you need to do to create a dictionary for this specific report is click New Dictionary, configure the name of the specific dictionary. Additional identifier is optional. Supported languages. Select languages that are needed for this specific report. And the dictionary key is invoice NO. Save. And now we have created report specific dictionary, which means that if you go to another report, global dictionaries are available, but not the previously made one, because it is linked to a single report only. And that's great for report specific content and creation and management within the report. As you've already seen, there is an option to manually type in the dictionary entries. But there's also a shortcut, one of our most powerful features. adding text directly to dictionaries from the report editor. This workflow makes it incredibly easy to internationalize your report. Select any text element in your report, right-click and choose Add to Dictionary. Now select the dictionary you want to add it to, and the system automatically generates a key from the text and pre-fills the default language with the selected text. Then you add translations for other languages. But let's get back for a second. You should be very careful with key entries in order for them to be useful and easily accessible. They should be meaningful. The key should indicate what the text represents. They should be descriptive. Invoice detail, for example, is better than DET1. They should be unique. Each key must be unique within a dictionary. Now, when we go to the dictionary's configuration window, we can see our added entry. Additional shortcut is double-clicking on entry for editing. Also, keys should be consistent. Choose one type of naming, for example, this one or the previous one. When you pay attention to naming entries purposefully, then it's easy to use the search engine for finding something that you need. How to use dictionaries that we just created. Select the word that you want to translate. Dictionaries are accessed through the $dict object in the text configuration window. You can access entries directly. Open brackets, $, the dict, doc, invoice title is already shown, close brackets, and now you have it. But for example, here we use the feature of automatic entry adding, and you can see that the expression is already filled. You can change the language under the Report tab. The system automatically uses the current report language, falling back to the default language if a translation is missing. Now, you may think that there's too much manual work. That's why CxReports supports AI-powered translation. First thing you need to do is to add an AI source. Go to the main workspace, navigate to Connections tab, and find AI integration. This will be empty, and therefore you have to add a new integration. Fill in the needed spaces and click Save. Now we can go to the Dictionaries tab, or you can access it from the report, of course. Select a dictionary, click the AI Translate menu, choose an AI integration that you just configured, and select translation options. Do you want to translate all entries, translate selected entries, or even override the existing translations? The AI generates translations for all supported languages. This dramatically speeds up the translation process, especially for large dictionaries. Also, another option is found under the Import-Export section. Here you can export or import whole dictionaries from one workspace to another. If you're planning on using API integrations, you can send desired language within the document request. You open the Swagger, and under Reports section, you can find two options with PDF extension. Within them, you choose the Lang option. Why use dictionaries? Dictionaries provide several key benefits. centralized translation management, because all your translations are in one place. Maintainability, update translations once and use them everywhere. Consistency, ensure the same terminology across all reports. Easy language switching, change report language without editing content. And reusability, share translations across multiple reports. Dictionaries are essential for creating professional, multilingual, and international reports. If you have any questions, check out our documentation or reach out to our support. Thank you for watching and happy reporting!